That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be happy today. Welcome to the Happy Today podcast with Lady Maga USA. Of course, that is me. And as you know, from the beginning, I have always addressed you as ladies and gentlemen, very deliberately because there are two genders. And I called this a while back and I knew it would happen. Disney parks just eliminated the phrase ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from their fireworks show and their parades and all of the rest. And it's nonsense. So I will always say ladies and gentlemen, because I think it's a beautiful way of addressing a crowd. And before I was fired from Delta Airlines, they also eliminated ladies and gentlemen from their announcements, which is, it's just nonsense. And this whole non-binary movement to erase traditional gender, it just has me so depressed, which leads me to why I am doing this special podcast today with Candace Washburn. She is a beautiful woman and patriot, and I had the privilege and honor of meeting her at the Dennis Prager Witt event in Southern Utah. She is from Southern Utah, and I met her, fell in love with her, and I invited her to come on the podcast because she is someone who shares magic and joy and light, and she is a singer, and she's going to be singing for us. So because Disney, I've had to divorce Disney, I look for magic where I can find it. Real magic, not fake magic in a theme park where, everything's fake. This is real magic. So Candace, hello and welcome to the Happy Today podcast.
Hello, thank you.
It is an honor to have you here. So you are a breastfeeding mother right now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3.
And as a mother, can you tell me why you consider yourself a conservative and how being a mother impacts your political outlook?
Being a mother shapes my entire life. It really does. If I don't practice what I preach, emulate how I live, have my kids do what I do, I'm a fraud. So I have to constantly be living a good life because they watch me.
Now, I'll just kind of play devil's advocate for a minute here. I know you were and are a Trump supporter. And of course, he's made some colorful comments in the past that everyone uses to justify hating Donald Trump. Talk to me about how you, as an obviously strong woman, still support Donald Trump and why. Because, I get flack, you're going to get flack. People judge us for being conservative Trump supporters. And you are a gentle, caring, kind, delicate soul. I just, meeting you and talking with you, you're such a beautiful person. And the stereotype of a woman who would support Donald Trump is that they are racist and bigoted and homophobic. So talk to me about why you supported and support Donald Trump.
I literally still honk when I see a car in my town here that says Trump. And I posted that on my Facebook page several months ago. I said, I don't care what anyone says or thinks. I love this man.
And why do you love him?
He's done a lot for our country because he's brave.
Yeah, that's why I love him too. He's a brave, outsider who came in to clean up the swamp. So you are a professional voice teacher and you love to sing. Even though I'm divorcing from Disney, to get to know you, I want to ask you, because we'll keep the good memories. Obviously, when they made Cinderella, Disney was not evil. And they really are today. So I want to keep those happy memories alive. And I want to ask you, who is your favorite Disney character and why?
Definitely Sleeping Beauty, because I am sleep deprived constantly with 3 children. So I do this all the time to pretend I'm sleeping. All the time. So that's easy.
Well, you have the voice of a Disney princess, and I'd like to just jump right in and have you sing something that you would like to share with us. And for anybody listening, Candace is in a room in her house, and so the audio is obviously not like a recording studio, but I want her to share her voice with you. And I want you to just close your eyes, relax, and enjoy this experience. My podcast often covers really heavy issues, and I just wanted to share Candace and her voice with you today. So, Candace, what are you going to be singing for us?
Well, I will never divorce Disney because it inspires me and a lot of my students. But I think I'll just sing the first part of it. I'll give myself a chord here. And then to tap into my students, I just say, how does Mulan make you feel? And then I sing for them just a little bit. Look at me, I will never pass for a perfect bride or a perfect daughter. Can it be? I'm not meant to play this part. Now I see that if I were truly to be myself, I would break my family's heart. Who is that girl I see staring straight back at me? Why is my reflection someone I don't know? Somehow I cannot hide who I am, though I've tried. When will my reflection show who I am inside?
Oh, Candace, thank you for that. When I say divorce from Disney, I primarily mean I'm not going to give them any more money. But of course, the magic of a song like that is still alive. That song, actually, I'm glad you chose that one because, I grew up Mormon, and it wasn't always easy. And I knew that when I came out of the closet, I would break my family's heart. And in many ways, I did, but we've come to a place of peace, and I was able to just be myself and move on. So that was beautiful. Have you ever thought of auditioning to voice a Disney character?
Yeah, ever since I was about 10. I would love to be a voiceover for any Disney princess. Like, I'll do what I have to. So I try out for many auditions. I don't care if I'm told no, because I look at it as not now, maybe later. I tried out for American Idol. I still would, except you have to be under the age of 30, I believe.
Well, you could pass for 25, honey. You look great.
You.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
as a voice teacher, you share your talent with your students, but you're also a songwriter. And I was hoping that you would maybe sing something that you wrote yourself for us, and we can once again just enjoy your voice and appreciate the magic.
If I preface it with, it's for my husband, Jared Washburn, and he is a perfectionist with his craft. I am a perfectionist with mine. So I've been writing and rewriting and changing the lyrics to the song. And I brought my cheat sheet just in case. Ooh, it's right there. Okay. So here's my vulnerability coming out. I like everything to be perfect.
Well, you don't
Life
have
is
to be
not.
you don't have to be perfect right now. I just
Okay.
wanted for anybody watching this on YouTube or anybody who watches this, this is just a break. I wanted to share this woman with you because as a political activist, I'm constantly told that conservatives hate me and conservatives are just these bigoted, awful people. And Candace is truly just a representation of exactly the type of person I meet over and over, whether it's a Trump rally, whether it's CPAC, whether it's a PragerU event. Um, Candace represents to me the heart and soul of the conservative movement, the American mother who works hard, who loves her children, who loves her country. And I wanted to share you with people. So sing us this song you wrote for your husband. That is beautiful. All right.
I'm out really fast.
Yeah.
So you say heart and soul. So if you and I were doing a lesson, I would say, well, have you ever heard this song then? Heart and soul. Anyone in the state of Utah who's ever taken piano lessons has heard that song.
I
But it's
I
called Heart and Soul.
I never took piano lessons in Utah, but I can play that. What that the da 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 dum da da. We could play that on the piano. Yeah, I know how to do that. Yeah, I did take
Awesome.
piano. And I would always get in trouble because I would just memorize my songs really quickly without really reading the music. So I was a terrible student, but I could still bust out When the Saints Go Marching In, and you know that Indian song that's like Little Indian round the campfire for so long. You know those little songs
I should.
well, yeah. I don't know. They probably wouldn't teach that one anymore because it was called Three Little Indians. Now it would be Three Little Non-Binary Transgender Women of Color.
Yeah, no, I would not listen to that song.
Okay,
Hey,
sweetheart,
so my
sing us.
husband
Yeah,
is
tell
my
us.
everything. He supports me through everything. So he heard me playing this the other day. I wrote that when I was 16, was too afraid to share it with anyone. So if I'm writing a masterpiece for my lover, my love, my everything, Jared, I want this song to be beautiful. So I'll share at least 30 seconds, maybe 45 with you. We'll see how brave I'm feeling today. It's quite amazing just how it came to be you and me together, quietly watching you while you work. The thought runs through my mind. Will you stay? Or will you run away? 'Cause you were my inspiration, my only love. You care for me when others run and hide. And then, I don't want to share all of it with you because it's not copyrighted, but the bridge is now a D major fill because it's happy. It's like he's staying with me, he loves me, and I know that will never change.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And I want to talk about the importance of honoring the traditional family, the traditional Christian family, and your way of life and your uh, heterosexual marriage and your role as a mother. These are things that are under attack in our country. Black Lives Matter and critical race theory and other major leftist movements in this country are seeking to crush the spirit of the traditional family. And one of my roles as Lady Maga USA is to defend families like yours and go out there and recognize that just because I'm gay and I ask for my secular freedoms to live my life as I choose, I'm not going to deny the critical importance of the traditional American family. And so as people watch things like Ladies and Gentlemen being removed from the introduction to the fireworks or the announcements on Delta Airlines, what they don't realize is it's not about being inclusive or being kind or anything that they claim it to be. It is a direct attack on the traditional American family. It is a direct attack on people like
Freedom.
Candace, and it's a direct attack on freedom. And Candace, you're a blonde, gorgeous woman here. I want to ask, is it okay to be white?
I have no choice. I love being white. I was born Caucasian.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But as a Trump supporter and as a conservative, do you um, do you not like people of color?
Oh, are you kidding? I love everyone. I would not be the teacher, the human, the mother, the wife, the person I am today if I didn't have an open, honest look at the entire planet. I'd be irrelevant in my eyes.
Of course. And that's another thing I want people to understand, because most of the people who listen to this podcast would appreciate you and agree with me on the things that we're saying. But if anyone is out there who listens to this podcast who might be on the left, who might have a certain perception of Trump supporters or conservatives or Christian women like Candace who have chosen, traditional marriage and raising children, please know that our hearts are open to you. We want you to be happy, whether you are Black or Asian or Hispanic. It truly does not matter. We want the safety and success and love of all Americans to come together and to live the American dream. And we're attacked as bigots. We're attacked as, homophobes. And specifically, Candace, her religious life and stuff doesn't exactly align with the way I live my life. But what we have in common is a bond and a belief in God and God's love for all people, and especially a bond as Americans together. And when you listen to Candace sing, you can feel her soft heart. You can feel the kind of person that she is. And if you go on Twitter or other social media, they're going to stereotype and label someone like Candace as, a white supremacist, a Nazi, a bigot, a homophobe, and she simply is not. And I'm hoping that, Candace, have you experienced any backlash or negative reactions from being a conservative or being a Trump supporter? You said that you were publicly open about it, which I truly appreciate, because the reason we're losing the battle right now, and honey, we are losing the battle right now, it's because the majority of conservatives refuse to speak out publicly. They refuse to acknowledge that they are a Trump supporter or that they are, in fact, conservatives. They're afraid. They see me get fired from Delta Airlines. They see other people. So that's why I just admire you. And I'm so just enamored with you, because you're just this tender, amazing person. And yet you had the courage to publicly post that you support Donald Trump. So back to my question, have you received any negative backlash or resistance?
For being a Christian, absolutely. I believe that marriage is between a man and a woman, but that does not mean I don't love and accept someone like you who's very monogamous. You're more dedicated than I am from the few conversations we've had. But this ring, and that's why I tried to show it to the camera. My husband gave me this when he proposed, and there's a tiny little heart, if anyone can see that. And so when I'm out and about and someone either catcalls or looks at me the wrong way, I smile because I'm flattered. Of course, I'm human. But I look at that ring and it reminds me, I've got a husband waiting for me at home. There's no way in you know what I'm going to break this circle, because a circle is eternity. The temple is eternity. I'm writing a song about the temple. I'm not going to hide that I'm a conservative Christian woman who also voted for Donald Trump.
And thank you for being honest with me about your stance on gay marriage. Um, when when I first came out of the closet, I definitely aligned. Oh, I thought the only place I belonged was with the Democrats and on the left. And, I met Al Gore and the Dixie Chicks, and I was out there in college just fighting for gay marriage and equality. But now looking back, um, there is one simple solution to this whole problem, and that is to get the government the heck out of marriage, period. I don't understand why the government is involved in the first place. Why do we have to pay money and get recognition from the government for a private special institution like marriage? So looking back, I'm like, I wish instead of fighting for gay marriage, I fought to get government out of marriage, so that if you're at the Episcopal Church and you want a same-sex wedding, or you're at the Mormon Church in the temple and it's a heterosexual, very religious Christian marriage, good, so that's another misconception, is that we cannot get along because you're Mormon or a Latter-day Saint and I'm gay and a drag queen. But at this point, um on Friday night, I'm going on a podcast with some pretty staunch conservatives. Some of them are very evangelical, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack from them because not everybody is as open and tolerant as you. But my message to them is, right now, whether you're a drag queen, whether you're a breastfeeding mother, whether you're black, white, whether you are, pro gay marriage, against gay marriage, we have bigger issues to fight right now. We have the Constitution and free speech. And quite frankly, the LGBTQIA plus lobby right now would like it to be illegal for you to believe that marriage should be between a man and a woman. And I don't believe that. I believe this is America and everybody is entitled to their religious beliefs. But now
Well,
I've
and they
gone,
have the right to choose. That's what freedom is founded upon, the choice to do good or evil. You'll get consequences either way, but we are free to choose. That's why the flag that I see behind your head still stands for freedom, according to Lee Greenwood and myself.
yes,
And Lady Maga.
and Lady Maga, yeah. The American flag is the only flag I need to express my pride. I am wearing a rainbow "Make America Great Again" hat that Donald Trump sold on his website, because I appreciate him deliberately doing that to show the world that, I do love everybody. I want all Americans to be successful, but the rainbow is not my flag. The American flag is my flag, and it's your flag, and this land is your land, this land is my land. And before I start singing, would you grace us with another song?
Oh my. You love me to be vulnerable, do you not?
Well, I just want anybody listening right now to seriously just chill out and pretend that you're just hanging out with this sweet all-American conservative mother and Lady Maga, and just take a little break and remember that there are good people in the millions, and millions across this country, just like Candace. But unfortunately, 90%, and I mean it, 90% of those good people do not have the courage to publicly speak out the way Candace has and does. So if you're a conservative and you've never publicly said, you are a conservative, you've never testified at a legislature, you've never attended a Republican meeting, or even donated to a conservative cause, it's time, guys. It's time. We're losing because too many people are silent. And that's not something to discourage you, but people like Candace and me, who have taken the risk to speak out publicly, shouldn't have to carry the load, because we know you're with us. So even if it is just social media, um, you may have to deal with some backlash, but that's what being a patriot is. The men and women at D-Day knew that they would most likely die, and they still stood up. The revolutionary soldiers, men and women of the Revolutionary War, knew that they basically had no chance in hell, and yet they still stood up. So you can deal with some social backlash. And quite frankly, if you work for an employer that would fire you for your beliefs, like I did with Delta, new opportunities will come about, but it's time for us to step up. So again, Candace, if you would just sing us something lovely to inspire us. And I feel like this episode is almost like an NPR show where we're just like very zen and we're just like enjoying the music and the artistry.
Well, when I was in the room videoing your fun stuff 6 days ago, If you watch back on that, I'm in the very corner with my phone,
A dance,
videoing you
yeah,
three.
dance. Yeah,
And was I
exactly.
nice during that little exchange for an hour?
Yes.
No.
No,
I
you
was
were feisty. You were giving orders because you're a theatrical person. You have a background in performing and dance and singing. So you were giving us instructions, but I love it. No, I'm not painting you as some docile little creature, girl. You
no,
got
well,
spunk. You got fire.
that's how you empower me, is by saying, okay, here's what you need to do. No.
Yeah.
When I teach, I say to my students, what's your favorite color today? And if they say red, I'll play a really red chord. I can't even do it because I love major. But what I'm feeling today is the love of my country, the love of my flag, which is the American flag. And so I will sing my favorite part of God Bless the USA.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to grab some Kleenex.
I got to find my key first. So pretend you are not here. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And then when I write songs, I play off of that and think, okay, I love the USA, so I love my family. I love my boy. I love Jackie across the street. I love changing diapers. No, I don't. That is a lie. But if I did, I would be rich in the eyes of Huggies.
Oh my gosh.
That's how I write songs.
You know, did your earpiece
Hold
fell
on,
out?
I lost my microphone and my ear.
No, you're back. I do the same thing. I don't you saw my little song I wrote, the theme song to this podcast. We're gonna be happy today. I have to tell you how that song came about. So, when I was in Disneyland with my family, I noticed how cheesy and like easy the songs they use in the parades, like the pop songs that they use, are so easy to write. And I was like, you guys watch. I'm going to write my own Disney parade song right now without even trying. Look to your left, look to your right. Everywhere you look, our dreams coming true. And I was actually making fun of those Disney songs. And then when I
But
wanted
there's
to,
magic there. You can't deny it.
it's true.
That's why I'm buying you a ticket one day and you're going with me on a Disney
Oh,
cruise or somewhere.
my darling, I don't think that I could.
Okay.
I don't object to people still enjoying what they can with Disney. And I'm still going through the divorce. And many times, as with my ex-husband, you become great friends after a divorce. So we'll see. There may be some redeeming qualities, but okay, I made you be vulnerable. Can I be vulnerable and try my best to sing My Country 'Tis of Thee the best I can? And then I want you to critique whatever, relax your jaw or whatever you got to do when you sing. Oh, you're giving me a 1 minute sign. Oh, we're getting a booty shot. This is why the men can't call you, girl. No, you don't have to play. I'll just sing it a cappella. It's okay. You don't have to play it because I don't know if the key would match. I'm going to do it a cappella.
Okay, go ahead. I just want to be prepared.
Okay. All right. But don't play it because then I'll be off key. And, okay.
I'm not.
All right. All right. So listen, here we go. This was always my audition in elementary school for the school plays or choral explosion, the choir that I was in. and I always sang this. Okay, I'm gonna try it. It's kind of embarrassing. I mean, I can sing, I can carry a tune, but I've never actually sat down with a real voice teacher. Like, okay, so we're on what was that show? America's Got Talent or whatever. You're Brittany, and I'm the contestant up on the stage. Okay. My mm, my country, 'tis of the sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Oh, I'm so embarrassed, but whatever. Did I do okay?
Here's why I love it.
Why?
You you made an emphasis on liberty. You got exactly all of the words right, because if you were singing this and you said, this is my anthem to my country, I'd be like, you're from the United States of America and you are proud, and I'd give you a gold buzzer and say,
Okay.
boom, you're on.
Here's why I'm laughing and dying on the inside, because have you ever seen Steel Magnolias? When Truvy's son has a new girlfriend, and her son's like a rebel and he's trashy and everything, and she's like, the only thing I can say about her is all her tattoos are spelled correctly. So I feel like the only nice thing you could say is you got the you got the lyrics right.
No, but if I'm Britney Spears and I'm on like a show like that, I will be a very honest judge.
Yeah, well, was I on pitch?
You were on pitch, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of the nicer version of Simon Cowell when it comes to judging other people's talent.
Yeah. Well, I don't claim to be anything more than just like an average singer, although I can do this. Watch this. Ready?
Okay. Wow. I can't. But I can appreciate the Queen of the Night aria from anyone.
Oh my God. I don't know. I have like this.
It's the Queen of the Night from something.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now that I've. Right. Yeah. No, I just thought you, like, before this podcast and even during the podcast, you mentioned like 100 times, I'm feeling vulnerable. So I thought I would just embarrass myself out there with the disclaimer that I can carry a tune, I can sing in church, and I can record songs as long as I can do a few different takes.
Hey, wait, what's your favorite key then for My Country 'Tis of Thee? There you go. Sing it for just a minute, please.
Oh gosh, are you sure?
Yes,
Okay.
do it. Yes.
All right, listeners, please don't make fun of me. Okay, here we go. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I think there's a delay. In that.
You were perfectly in pitch though the whole time, even with the delay.
Oh, okay.
Well, I give you an A+, 98% rating from Candace the Professional.
Yeah, well, it got me into a lot of shows and a lot of musical theater productions. I don't know. My problem is that I speak and talk and sing from the throat, and that's very unhealthy. I developed that habit when I was going through puberty. I tried to talk as low as I could, and as my life has gone on, it's just been a matter of speaking in a deeper voice. And if I speak in a British accent, suddenly I'm speaking from up here in my nose, and everything is sort of resonate. And now I'm Australian. Everything starts to resonate from up here. And that actually, I would say, is my real voice. But then I start speaking in American English and I'm right back down here. Do you see isn't that weird?
Yeah. It's about the soft palate, lifting that. It's the resonance cavities. It's when I do this, I'm suddenly a soprano. But when I'm mad, I sing like Ursula from Little Mermaid.
Sing! Keep singing!
Now I'm with the Phantom.
Okay. You know what? You're so pretty and you're such a diva. I just have to step in and show off really quick, okay?
Okay.
Watch this. Siehst du den Kram? Gar nicht so schlecht. Und meine Sammlung ist garantiert echt. Findest du nicht, Ariel? Ist die schon alles hat? Schütze und Zeug, sage ich dir. Nicht übersteigt mein Geheimnisrevier. Doch fragt sich noch Ariel. Doch, ob sie alles hat. Okay, that's German.
I know, I was gonna say.
And now I'll switch to Spanish.
Okay.
Regalitos así tengo miles, aunque a veces no sepa qué son. ¿Quieres no sé más, Bobs? Tengo 20, pero yo en verdad quiero más. French. Moi, je voudrais parcourir le monde. Moi, je voudrais voir le monde danser, le voir marcher sur ses... Comment ça s'appelle? Ah, pieds. Actually, see, like that song, I learned French, Spanish, and basic German by memorizing that song. I think that
Cool.
aside from Let It Go, that's my favorite song. What's your favorite Disney song?
Oh gosh. Well, I love Part of Your World, so I'll give you my English version.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, strolling along down that, what's that word again? Street, up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. Wandering
wish I could be
could be
part
part
of
of
that
that
world.
world.
Okay, I feel like as we've gone along in this podcast, we really warmed up. So, um, I am grateful that we got to share this moment. You have uplifted my spirits. And if anybody is in Southern Utah, or you can potentially do some voice lessons online, if I'm correct,
Yeah, if
if
I need
any.
to for out
Um,
of town lovers of music.
yeah, you have a waiting list right now because you are so talented. But if you are interested in taking a voice lesson from Candace, you can email Candy, CANDIE underscore 1999 at yahoo.com. So that's Candy, CANDIE underscore 1999 at yahoo.com. You could also just use that email to thank Candace for coming on this podcast today and for being who she is and welcoming me with open arms at the Dennis Prager event. Because I do have haters out there on the left and a small percentage of haters on the right who think that I'm a radical leftist because I do enjoy the theatricality of drag artistry. So I'm always a little nervous going to these events. Like, what are they going to think? Are they going to assume? And actually, when I asked a question to Dennis Prager, I think he assumed that I was transgender. So
Okay.
there's a lot of anxiety before I go to something like that. But I always end up meeting amazing patriots. And my gift and my Disney princess and my solace in Southern Utah this trip was definitely Candace. And she's very proud that it's spelled Candace, like Candace Owens,
And
right?
we're going to her event.
Yes, yes, she's coming to Utah on the 23rd. So we'll all be reunited down in beautiful southern Utah. Um, Candace, before I let you go, I want you to imagine that a leader of Black Lives Matter, a hardcore AOC supporter Democrat, and a promoter of critical race theory are sitting across from you. What would you say to them?
I would sing and I would say, I will always love you. Because we can be
Wow.
different. Whitney Houston. Enough said. I love her and she's in heaven. I'll meet her one day and I can't wait. And I'll say,
And that
I want to
song,
dance with you. And
well, I
I,
just love that you chose instead of, trying to rattle off something political, your first message to them was, I will always love you because love is the answer. And you may or may not agree with me. I personally believe that Whitney Houston is the greatest American singer of all time. What do you think?
She is, I try never to swear and I'm not going to, but she is the guru on singing, dancing, acting, being vulnerable, singing
She just, her
the
voice
song
to
from
me,
Prince of Egypt.
her voice to me is like different layers of a caramel sundae, the way she'll float up into the little dab of whipped cream up high and then float back down into the deep, you know, rich, creamy sound of her voice. I just love her so much. And I am wearing my Britney Spears shirt. And my fear is that this woman, 39-year-old woman, Britney Spears, is going to end up like Whitney Houston. So, anybody out there, please tweet, talk about the hashtag Free Britney movement. I did a whole podcast on Britney Spears. It's very near and dear to my heart as we speak of celebrities who were eaten up by the machine. And Whitney Houston was destroyed by the machine. And I do not believe her death was an accident because 1 year later, her daughter ended up dying the exact same way in a bathtub. Really?
Wow.
So anyway, that's I
Yeah, there is evil out there, but if we spread love and hugs and kisses, we're spreading the light of Jesus Christ, and I'll never stop doing that.
all you need is love. All you
All you
need
need,
is love. Love
love
is
is
just
just
a
a game.
game. I
I was
was
made for
meant for
loving
loving
you,
you,
baby.
baby.
We
You were meant for loving me.
yes,
The only
you
way of
are.
loving me, baby, is to pay a lovely fee.
Yeah,
Just one night. Yeah.
just one night. There's no way. Yeah, we are gonna keep
Because
singing
you
together
can't
forever.
pay. Yeah, I do have to end this podcast because these poor people are like, okay, all right, we get it. She's adorable. You guys love to sing. She's gay friendly, whatever. She's tolerant. She loves everybody. Blah, blah, blah. Get back to politics. But anyone who has listened to this, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. And if you enjoy all of my podcasts, please scroll through all of the different episodes. If you want to hear from the director of Pro Life Utah, who had an abortion and regretted it, if you want to hear from Breonna Taylor, a young African American woman with cerebral palsy who decided to keep her baby instead of having an abortion when every doctor told her to have an abortion. If you want to listen to a Border Patrol officer about the border, or you just want to relax and enjoy yourself, you can listen to this episode again. And of course, you can always go to www.ladymagausa.com and you can sign up for a small monthly donation. And that is how I am hoping to make my activism, my travel, my gas, my Airbnb, and my podcast production financially sustainable. So, a drink at Starbucks is $5. If you could just contribute monthly, you sign up under PayPal, subscribe, and that will help me with so many different things, including advertising, like things like this podcast, because it's difficult to get your voice out there, especially when you're kicked off of Instagram, as I was, and you're shadow banned. So if you support this podcast, if you enjoyed our journey with Candace today and you love America, please do go to my website and you got that email, Candy, CANDIE _ 1999 at yahoo.com. And you can email her if you're interested in a voice lesson, but you can also send her a little fan mail to let her know how she made you feel today. Because I know if you've made it to this point in this podcast, you had a good time. And I wanted you to feel happy today. So everybody go forth and be happy today because there are people like Candace in this world. God bless all of you.